This is our MongoDB assignment of CS527. First, let me introduce the basic idea of how to import the table with large columns to MySQL and then use it. This is the main task because importing such table to MongoDB is very easy. We need to split a big table into lots of small tables in order to fit it in MySQL database. And then when we want to query data, we join all the tables together. However, one problem is that it costs a lot of time and it is not efficient enough. So we can create a lookup table with key of the column name and value of the small table name, which contains the column. In this way, we can only join the tables which has columns we want. Next, I will introduce you how to create tables and load the data. As you can see, because there are so many columns and tables we need to deal with, it's better to write some code to generate the DDL scripts. Here, I use Python to read column name and then convert it to create table SQL command. I split the columns every 1000 records, as you can see here, and then add another column ID to join the tables in the future. After we get the script, we can create tables using Python connector. The next step is splitting the data. I use pandas to read the whole table and then transpose it. And as the same, I split the big table vertically every 1000 columns and add a vector to each small table representing the ID. Finally, we store the split data in several CSV files. Now, we can load the data into corresponding tables. The final step is to create a lookup table, which is easy to do. We just concat the column name with the table name it belongs to. Okay, now we can try to do it. First, we create a new database named large demo. And then let me run the Python program. First, we create the tables. Wait a second. And as you can see, all the tables, all the 55 tables has been built. Next, we want to load these CSV files to the tables. Okay. Now we refresh it and we can select count from T0. As we can see here, all the 180 records has been loaded into this table. Finally, we need to create the lookup table. So Let me refresh it. And here you can see the lookup table is here, and let me count the lookup table. As you can see here, all the 54,000 columns has been loaded into the lookup table. Okay. Now we successfully build the tables and load the data. Next, we will introduce the stored procedure, which can help user fetch the data, and we will introduce how to import data to MongoDB.
Let me introduce the MongoDB part. First, we need to install the MongoDB on EC2. To do this, we refer to this site to install the MongoDB in our EC2 instance. Then I connect to our EC2 and we can see our MongoDB server is this. However, when we upload a large transposed file into a database, it always fails because of the limited memory in EC2. We can see this. So we will finish this part in our own computer's MongoDB. We can see, using this command, we can see all the databases we have. And this command can be used for creating a new database if the database doesn't exist. This command can be used for showing the connections we have. We can see we have uploaded the two files successfully. For a smaller file, we use Mongo import to upload the file. The command is this. To verify that we have successfully uploaded the file, I will use some command to verify it. We can see the number of documents is 180. And this is all the documents in the collection. We show the first 20, and if we type it, we can have more. And this is the last one. We use this command to find the first document in the collection. So we can see we have uploaded the file into a database successfully. And for a larger file, we need to transpose the file first. The tools we use is Python and Pandas, and the code for transposing is like this. First, we will read the file and get the keys and values. Then we can use the function the to realize the transposing, and next we add the row index. After executing the code, we can get the transposed file. Is this. This is the transposed file we get. Then I will upload the transposed file into a database. Also, we use the Mongo import, this command. Then I will verify it. You can see there are 118 documents. After that, we use find to verify it. This command can find a document, but only one. It will take a lot of time. Okay, we can see this attribute is the last attribute in the connection. So we can see we have uploaded the file successfully. After uploading all the data into a database, we write some storage procedures to process these tables, including count, delete, select, and update. First, let me introduce the count. The main part of the count is a while loop. In the while loop, we can join all the tables together. And then we can use count star to realize the final function. Let me run the procedure. We can see there are 180 entities. So it also verifies that we have created the table and upload the data successfully. Then let me introduce the select. The select has two parameters. The first parameter means the column name. If you want to input more than one column name, you can use comma to separate them. And the second one is ID. Using this, we can select a specific entity. And in this procedure, the main part is a while loop. Using these sentences, we can extract the column name in order. And using this, we can get the corresponding table name of the column name. And if there are more than one table, we need to use join to join this table together. Then, in this part, if the input ID is 0, it means it will show all the attribute values, and if the ID isn't 0, it will only show the corresponding attribute value of this ID. Then, let me test the procedure. Okay, you can see if the input ID is 0, it will show all the attribute value. And if the ID is not 0, it will only show the corresponding value. Then let me try if there are more than one column name. So we can see the select procedure is successful. Next, let me introduce update. In the update procedure, there are 3 parameters. The first one means the column name. You can input only one column name. The second one means new value, and the third one ID means that you can specify the entity. First, we need to find the corresponding table name of the column name. Then we use update to realize the whole function. Now, let me test the procedure. We can see the value is and after updating, the value is becoming less. So we can see the update procedure is successful. Finally, let me introduce the delete procedure. It has only one parameter. This means you can specify the entity that you want to delete, and the main part of the procedure is a while loop. Actually, if we want to delete the specific entity, we only need to delete the entity in every table. So we use while to realize it. That's all about the assignment. Thank you very much.